once again, another installment of Choppin It Up. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing today?
Chilling.
Very nice, very nice.
How was everybody's fourth, I guess, Americans?
Pretty generic, to be honest.
Another day, man.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's just like another day to cook out, eat good, get a little drink.
Oh, what's the fourth about?
Some sort of independence happened. Yeah.
Independence.
For who? Who's independent?
I'm not black ass.
Rich, white.
all men created equally, supposedly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't celebrate that. I celebrated July 1st, which is Canada Day.
Pretty close. What?
Wasn't y'all racist back then?
Wasn't y'all racist back then?
Man, I don't know too much about Canada Day, but I don't think it's like.
So Canadians act like they never had anything wrong in their history. Like,
I know they have a lot of stuff. They had a lot, but the only good thing is they compare, not good, but like they compare themselves to the U.S. and everything you compare to the U.S. is just the U.S. is like worse.
Well, at least our president / prime minister didn't get caught in blackface.
Oh,
they had a trouble.
Shout out Trudeau.
And one of your mayors was like on crack.
So was DC. So you can't DC. So is
Lamar
DC.
Odom has political experience. Oh, that's nice. I like Lamar Odom, man. I feel bad.
Hey, shout out Lamar, man. New York, Queen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think he was overrated. But never mind.
No, he was the original point forward.
Yeah, you disrespectful, bro.
I think he's just a little overrated.
He was nasty.
Anyways,
pretty.
I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole.
What's on the dock today?
Talk about some of y'all's football team. Who's a Skins fan?
Oh, right here for sure.
HHT.
Biggest Skins fans you ever meet.
Bro, I used to be part of the people that said we can't change the name. It doesn't mean it's racist.
Same here. I used to always say that too.
Yeah, like especially like 2013, it was big. Like in 2013 and 15, it was big. It had come up again, and they went to court and litigation and all that, and they're able to keep it. And everybody thought it's not coming up again, but back then
it always came up like when we were good. Like when we went to the playoffs, like the year we got RG3, they're like, "Oh, let's change the name."
Yeah.
And I was heavily against it at first, but
I mean, back then I was like, yeah, it doesn't. Even now, I don't think any Redskins fan looks at it and says, "Oh, Redskins, you Indians, F Indians," or whatever, right? But it's the right thing to do, right?
It is the right thing, and also it's like the Native American community is just so small, that's why. Like if it was any other race, it would have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, if it was Blackskins, this would have.
Yeah, should be on fire. Would have burned down by now.
Yeah, I don't think they have a big voice, so that's like a big reason why like this has been going on for so long.
But I seen this little thing Trump did for the 4th of July, and he had these like Native American individuals or whatever talking about how like, oh, I love America, this and that. Yo, you're gonna find someone for something anytime, any given day, right? If I'm looking for somebody right now who believes the world is a square, I'll find that person, and I can have them speak. It doesn't matter. So like, it's so weird.
It is, man. It's sad to see, yo. It's like we know you guys are being bought, like knock it off. You're not fooling anybody. You just looking stupid, and that's his, the people that follow him, man. It's the weak-minded,
I never understood like what was the reasoning for even keeping a name like that, like
the Redskins name.
History.
Yeah,
it's just history. Yeah, like it's like people don't want to see things change in like their childhood, so they want to keep the Redskins. Like,
yo, if you got a Redskins tattoo, best believe you're gonna be like, it's gonna be very hard for you to say, yeah, man, let's change the name.
It could be like Red Tails. Have you heard about Red Tails?
Yeah.
That's possible name change, but that's kind of like I wouldn't want Red Tails either, to be honest. I wouldn't want that.
It had something to do with like the city, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not race. Yeah, not race.
Red Tails, was that like, what was that?
That's a Tuskegee.
Were they from DC or just like they just?
They were the black men. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like, were they from DC? Like, is that
no, just World War II, the black.
Like So anything that has to do with red, you know what I mean? Red.
They're trying to keep the same color scheme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can use red tail. But I've seen other names like just Washington Skins.
Oh yeah, I like that. Washington Skins.
Well, I mean, for the most part, everybody who's not a Redskins fan calls them Deadskins, anyways, right? So
a lot of people call it. A lot of people call it Washington, like the national Washington team. Like they don't even say
the team from Washington.
Yeah,
I've been saying Washington like lately. So.
People in my class say team from Washington. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
You know what's funny though? I think that there was an article from the Washington Post. They did it's 500 Native Americans, but they did a poll with 500 Native Americans. And
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
90% of them are not offended by the name.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think that's true.
Even if it's true, it's not the right. It's the right thing to do.
I think they don't care either way. If I'm gonna like think about it, like they don't care, but like it's still a racist name. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it still needs to be done.
Yeah, it's like Jonathan. Right now, if you told me, if you asked me like, hey man, can you beat the heck out of me? And I'm like, nah man, that's weird. Or you're like, no, I give you permission, bro. Go ahead, beat the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Still, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? I might though. I don't know.
That's an interesting comparison.
If he keeps on talking about Drake.
Keeps on Drake standing.
Shout out to
Kanye standing.
To be fair to Dan Snyder, he does give a lot to the Native American charities and things like that. So it's not like he's just out there with the name and not doing anything with it. It's just he is a super fan. Like he actually loves the team. He's just not doing the right things, but he loves the team. So
makes terrible decisions.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't want to change it. And the reason you guys know
get over himself then.
The history actually is there was one of the earliest Redskins coaches when they were still in Boston was a Native American. So that's why they always point back to he helped pick the name. But again, Boston
it's a similar situation than like to like Confederate flags. Like there's a history behind it. Like a lot of Southern people will feel like attached to it, but it's still racist. You know what I'm saying? Like if you poll the South, they probably want to keep it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you got to change things, man. We're in a different era.
It still represents
things that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it still represents, the nation's capital, and this nation, is just known for just wiping them out. Back in the day. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Very true.
There's other teams too still who have questionable names like if you guys watch baseball,
Indians.
Cleveland Indians. More than the name Cleveland Indians, it's their logo. If you go look at
the logo,
it's a caricature of a Indian person, right?
Oh, so, yeah.
Chief Wahoo, they call him, right? But like, there's also the Florida Seminoles. They have any. I think that's okay because they're Seminoles. The Seminole tribe, was mostly in Florida before Andrew Jackson, the Trail of Tears, kicked them out of there. And
they should be getting some type of money from the school if they're going to be using their tribe name,
True. I don't know.
There's no way NCAA is giving them money. NCAA is like the worst.
Yeah, you got to pry it out their hands to get anything from them, man.
But yeah, I mean,
I can get when people stick to a name and they're like, oh, I really want this name to stay. Like right now, Lincoln, if we change your name to Mike, it's gonna feel kind of weird. But at the end of the day, you're a whole person. You know what I mean? There's a whole. You're not just a name. You're more than that, right?
Yeah.
So that essence stays. And if right now, if you had a bad name, like if your name was like War, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna change that up, right?
Or Adolf.
Or something. You might want to just change that up. If you were Hitler, if your name was, my name is Adolf Hitler, like, yo, just change it, bro. It's not a big deal. You're a whole person.
I used to work for a guy. His last name was Hitler.
Oh wow!
But his nickname was Mr. Hitler.
Did he act like a tyrant?
I remember one time, he ordered pizza for us, and it was whole wheat crust and some weird kind of low-fat cheese, this whole thing, whatever. I didn't even make a big deal about it. I just, didn't make a face, nothing like that. I was just like, I was good. I was going to go, get some food on my lunch. And he made such a big stink about it. And I'm just like, Nobody fucking likes you. The guy was an asshole. His name was Doc. I'm giving it all out right now. His nickname was Dr. Hitler. It was all around, all his locations.
Hey, shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
I don't
to
give a
Hitler.
damn anymore, man.
You watching this?
Everybody knows it. Yeah.
I mean, all of us don't have quote unquote American names, right? Am I the only person who goes to a restaurant and gives a name?
Oh, I give him James all the time.
I give him
I
Jeff.
think Jonathan's kind of
Nah, chill. Because I'd be saying
Jonathan.
They don't process the word like my name. They just say Jonathan. It comes out Jonathan.
Yeah.
So like I say like 2-3 times. They still say Jonathan. So I just like I give up. Whatever you call me, like Jonathan, John, whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just give me my food.
Yeah. Nah,
I use like LeBron. I say LeBron.
This guy.
LeBron. Bro, what the heck?
LeBron James.
Nah, I use my real name, but like I do think about it sometimes. I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to explain.
But you could use Ali, right? That's been Americanized. Right?
Yeah.
I want to call and be like, "This is Mufasa."
There were so many people in my high school named Muhammad Ali. It's crazy.
Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, there's so many Muhammad Ali's like in my school. At least like 6, I know.
No, at least 2.
Sure.
I know we're saying this in jest, but I was watching a video of this girl. I forget. She's older now. She was like giving a tech talk or whatever. And she went to her mom when she was younger. She went to her mom's like upset that they weren't able to say her name properly in school. And her mom was basically like, if they can say Chechesky, they can say your African name as well. Like, you know, if people will pronounce it as you know, if they have power behind the name, right, kind of thing.
Yeah. If they're willing to, exactly, put the effort into it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of saying my name over and over again, so I just say Jeff.
And I do get it though. It's like sometimes it's like their first time hearing that name, so they're just not fully like, did I just hear what I think I heard?
Right.
Can you repeat it one time just to clarify? I think, oh, you did say Grum. Okay.
I mean, it's out of innocence, right? They've never heard of the name before, so
yeah.
But they act so stupid about it, though. I'm just cutting right down to it. First day of school, every class was fucking annoying, every time.
Memories.
Can I get quiz? Like when you see a Q at, it's 2 syllables. Lakin.
Yeah.
That's why every time I meet people, I'm always like, Lakin rhymes with bacon, and they're like, your name is Bacon? You're not listening. People get, and because it's like whenever I hear, you know, a unique name, like it's never a problem for me. It's like, yo, like that's why people think that they're being funny sometimes. They don't realize, like, yo, this person's going through this every time they meet someone new.
But,
it's
bro,
annoying as shit.
That John helps. This girl actually a couple of days ago, she told me, she's like, my name is Brita. I was like, oh, your name is? She's like, it's like Rita, but with a BR, Brita. I was like, oh, Brita, cool.
Brita.
But like, I still remember it now.
Yeah.
But
it's so annoying.
If they pronounce my name wrong, I just be like, yep, that's me, and move on.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm never going to talk to you again, or I just don't care about you, I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
Hey, Mahad, remember when we were playing football at Tech? I just gave her a random name, and
it might have been Jeff.
It might have been Jeff. I thought it was like Jeff or Malcolm or something like that.
No. It was definitely.
I use Malcolm. I use Malcolm.
Yeah, and then I was making plays out there, and they're like, Jeff, good job, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
You probably
a lot of girls actually do this, like with obviously like just quote unquote regular names. They'll give like a bar name or something, right?
Yeah.
So just
name?
Yeah, just so they don't be like.
I do it too.
What's yours?
I'm giving them usually James.
James.
Yeah.
So you get drunk and you don't
they
remember.
see you,
too loud
see
and
you.
being like Lake. Hola Lake.
Oh yeah.
Last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's Niger. Forget it.
I was saying Yoni.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yoni.
There's a lot of Jonathans that I feel like that, especially in this area, I feel like that's becoming more and more accustomed.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've met a lot of Jans.
Mickey.
Yeah, there's a few in the homes too.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it spelled your way. And
that's the biblical way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always NAHOME or something like that.
I think I always feel OM when I'm messaging you,
Right.
So. Oh, what's it called? When JMU parties and stuff, and like when you go to frat parties and you gotta know people inside, I was like, yo, I know James, or I know John.
Yeah. Must be easy. You gotta say any white name.
Who you know? James. I know James. James.
You know Jeffrey? Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle. You're good.
You know Kyle, bro. That's my bro. Come on, bro. Get a beer.
But that's the thing with having a common name. You got to say the person's first and last name. Because if I just say Kyle, like, you got to say Kyle who?
Yeah.
Say Kyle.
Sometimes they're like
Kyle.
Like with us, it's just like you say your first name. Pretty much. Oh, I narrowed it down. I know who you're talking about.
Not many.
You know what's the funniest thing? They hired another Gurum at work with the last name, same as me.
Same.
Also so. Yeah, he was so happy that he's like, yo, I found another you.
You're me, I'm you. We're each other.
Your power's going to double up now that you guys are closer together.
What's that shit? It's the Dragon Ball Z where they do like this?
Yeah, fusion.
One of my favorite memes is the Spider-Man meme. Where Spider-Man's
like pointing at you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but going back to the rest of the name, I've seen like a lot of possible names. Like Noho mentioned one, the Red Tails. I've seen the Washington Warriors. I feel like if they do Warriors and they keep the arrow, it's still saying the same thing, right? I feel like they got to change it. There was a Vegas odds, and one of the names was Washington Arlingtons. Like, what the hell?
Washington
Arlingtons.
All right. It's just there's a lot of names that don't make sense. I think Red Tails has been up there as one of the big ones.
Red Tails, I think, is the biggest one they had.
Yeah, I just hope they don't end up with the same thing as what happened to the Bullets and become the Washington Wizards, which doesn't make any sense.
They also had like the presidents, generals, Lincolns, Americans.
I like generals.
Generals is a bad name to pick, bro.
Because back in the day.
No, generals. Bro. The Washington Generals is always a team the Globetrotters beat up.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be a laughing stock.
They even said the Jeffersons, Roosevelts.
No.
The monuments.
It's gonna be
Senator. I like Senators. Washington Senators.
But that's the old old Negro League baseball team, so it's gonna be.
But this is
everything's related to color, man.
Yeah, I mean, but that's history. Like they weren't allowed to play baseball, so they created their own league, and they had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What y'all think about like all the? Like, this is all in response to like the Black Lives Matter movement. Like any racial structure, racist structure from the past is being teared down. Do y'all think it's been taken like too far, or do you think like anyone that ever like have you seen like all these structures being taken down, all these like past figures? Like, what do y'all think about that? Y'all think that's the right thing, or?
Yeah, honestly, it's overdue. I think the only reason it seems like a big deal is because America just lied about its history for so long, and now it's just been so abrupt. But it's long past due. Like, this is, if looking out, from the outside in, every other country was probably like, yo, what the hell? Like, you guys are glorifying this, but you're still saying that, all men is created equal, and, you're supposed to say, like, anybody of all, of any race can come over, but you guys are praising all your most Confederate, most racist people
I can understand,
to ever, rule your country.
I can understand taking down all the Confederate stuff, the flags, all the people who were on that side. But once you start coming to like, they've been taking down like Ulysses S. Grant, who was a general in the Union and trying to stop the Confederacy. I know he wasn't the most holiest man in the world, but you gotta, account for all the person's actions, right? And
now that's what I was saying. Like one episode when I was saying the art from the artist or whatever, and that's when we brought up R. Kelly and all that other stuff. That kind of ruined my argument. But like, if we really want to go back in history and look for every single person who did something wrong in their lives, we're gonna have to erase the whole thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I agree with the Confederate flags and all those like racial like maybe like the statues of like past like Confederate leaders, stuff like that. I understand that, but like
that makes sense. But like all at the end of the day, all these guys are racist. All these guys had slaves.
Yeah, that's you're gonna like it's like a rabbit hole. I feel like at a certain point, like you're gonna take down anyone like in the past.
Like these founding fathers, they did some horrible stuff, like really bad stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't, not that I don't support like all this that's going on, but I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna have to like. At the very least, there's got to be, when you're teaching history, there's got to be asterisks like, okay, hey, we're not gonna just praise this man all the way, because that's what in history I feel like you either praise a person and they're just like saints, or you vilify them and they're horrible. Like,
great, like it's like you gotta put context behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like of the period of the time, and like, you know, not that trying to justify what they did, but like it's gonna be like, are we gonna go through all historical figures and, you know, that were ever racist, and then, you know, it's like how far do we go, or is it we just keep in American history? Like, I don't know.
It's going to be harder and harder as the years go on, because there's going to be more stuff to teach in history, like, you know, and they're going to have to condense some of the stuff, so you're going to end up with, I can't tell you the whole history, so in summary, this person is good, or in summary, this person is bad. Right?
Yeah.
Like you might, to us it's not, but like 9/11 is history now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So there are kids going to be growing up right now who's going to learn about 9/11.
Like the whole, I think the whole smiling over there. He has to learn about it.
But like, you know,
say you don't have to learn about it, bro.
No, I was born like right at the threshold, so like I didn't learn about it. No.
But I say that to say it's going to also be on us as individuals to go and reach out and learn that history yourself, because you can't expect it to get it from school, because they don't. It's 12 years, and I learned about the same history a couple of times because I didn't get it the first time, right? So you as an individual have to go learn on your own. And for me, 2 presidents I would take down any monuments of. Andrew Jackson.
Oh yeah, that's
tore down that thing, and they should have let him tear it down. And Woodrow Wilson. Those 2 presidents, I would not.
What about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson?
I look at their totality and I put them as good. But Andrew Jackson was, once he was president, he was killing Indians left and right, man. Like we mentioned earlier, the Trail of Tears, man. This man was really helped the extinction of the Native American population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And Woodrow Wilson, he was against the rights of black people. He was pro-slavery harder than any other president before him. All the other ones owned slaves, but he looked down on black people, like really looked down on them.
But they own slaves, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know, but like he was like closest thing to a Klan member as a president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was actual hate behind. I mean, we could debate this for a long time. You know what's annoying me, though, is like the celebrities and the Hollywood actors coming out with their, I don't know if you guys seen like their videos, like what they're doing. Like, for example, like I think, have you guys watched, what's that show where like little kids and they're like monsters and stuff like that? And it's on Netflix.
Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger Things.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Not Stranger Things, like it's a cartoon. It's like,
Little kids and monsters.
I gotta find
cartoons to watch.
Something big, I don't know. But anyways, like one of the.
Oh, are you talking about Big Mouth?
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth, yeah. Think.
Yeah. What about it?
Like one of the actors was like, she played like a half Jewish, half black character, and then she was like dropped off her role because like, I'm like, you know, this is white supremacy. What I'm doing by playing a role that's not my like. Stuff like that, I just feel like it's just pandering at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, for me, like actors like giving up their roles, voice acting roles, and all that Hollywood, you know,
I did see that.
Catch up. It's like pandering to me. Like, it's just like you're just trying to get brownie points.
Yeah, I feel you, but like she's doing the best she can with the stuff she has, right?
She has good intentions. Like she's not doing it.
Black people didn't ask for you to give up your role. Nobody cares.
I mean,
but she's trying to do the right thing.
Like right now. Jonathan, had she just kept her role, like then you'd have the people saying, "Oh, wow, she kept that role," and then she let it go. Now, wow, she's letting it go. She's pandering. Like you're screwed if you do. You're screwed if you don't.
True, and also, you know, at the end of the day, when she looks back, she's gonna be like, "Yo, what did I do?" Like, you know,
what did she do though? So you tell me,
but she's
Well, if she felt a certain way, like if I felt a certain way, did I just, allow myself to just keep on feeling this way and not really,
she quit her
just
job.
making any kind of action?
Trying to do her part.
It's like if she truly feels like, this is the best thing for her because of everything that, she's starting to see more and more of.
It's not only her. It's like it's a bunch of voice. Like, even the Simpsons. Like I forgot. I think the Indian actor.
Cleveland show.
Oh, it's the Cleveland show. It's also the Simpsons too. It's like it's all over. Like
but they're trying to have their voices filled by a black actor, which is like one more actor for job and like helping them out.
So I can understand what she did, but like there's other ones that they come out and make commercials about all lives or Black Lives Matter and things like that. That's more pandering than anything. And like what the NFL's doing, like they're gonna play the Black national anthem before any games now. That's to me that's pandering. Like nobody's ever asked for that, and like it doesn't help like push the.
It's like they're like treating.
I haven't seen one black person that was like, okay, that's a great idea. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They're like treating us like kids. Like no black person cares if you're playing the voice acting of a different. Like I think most don't care. Like if you're a voice actor and you play like maybe a half black, half or like that's not the point. Like there's clear things we're trying to achieve with the Black Lives Matter.
I'm about to look up this voice actor.
It's like
but
the
she
Hollywood
has good
general,
intentions,
bro. Like what's that?
She has good intentions. She's trying to do the right thing. Like she can't like fix it by
herself.
herself.
Like white savior is like she's a white savior complex or some shit like that to me. Like it's like, bro, like we don't need you to quit your job just to like. Why don't you just protest or show like other ways of support? You don't need to say. I feel like it's white supremacy to play like no, it's not. Like
her name is Jenny
That's
Slate.
her support though. She's supporting us.
But we don't need that support. It's not necessary.
I think you're more mad about what she said than what she did. I think if she had just quit her job.
Yeah.
Like her, if you read it, it just like it's annoying. It's like it's not necessary. It's not like
you need white people to make the movement go, bro.
Yeah, but that's not the type. I'm saying there's other things she can do. Like that's not necessary. Do you guys care if like a non-black person, as long as you play the role right? I can't see who you are. Why don't you like instead of like doing that? Why doesn't Hollywood give positions of power like executives and stuff like that and like hire more writers? Like do stuff like that. We don't care about.
But like you said though, there's so many things she could have done. It's like this is the one, and like why judge her for this one?
Yeah.
And that's really such a big thing. That's her job.
Yeah,
she can't give them executive producer roles. She's giving one more black person a job, even though that's something small. That's the best.
It's pandering. You don't need
her name is Jenny Slate, and she's like ending my portrayal of Missy, the character on the Big Mouth show, is one step in a lifelong process of uncovering the racism in my actions. So I mean, she's trying to do more.
Though? Was she racist in that action?
No. She said, I think she's Jewish, right? And she was like, this character is also half black, and I don't feel like it's her decision, bro. At the end of the day.
It's like she looks at it's like looking at black people as like these sensitive people, like we can't handle like someone else playing. Like it doesn't. To me, that's how it comes across. Like that's not what we're worried about. There's other more important things like Hollywood. I feel like Hollywood is getting canceled right now. So now that they're trying to like do all these things to like seem like they're with the movement and stuff like that, bro. Y'all had years to do this, bro. Now a revolution gonna start. You're gonna like quit your voice acting role. Like we care. Like
you gotta.
I think it depends on how people just see it, man. Because like clearly, like we all see it different ways, and.
What
I don't see that at all. And like you said, we need white people. This is just her way of, I guess, to me, I saw it as, she did something big in her way of saying, hey, other, white people or anybody else in a position, or you feel like, someone else of that color or whatever should have that opportunity.
Right. So look at her from her position, right? She could go out and march and say Black Lives Matter and then come back to a job. And then eventually when the march dies, she hasn't made a change, right? The biggest thing she could do is quit her livelihood and open it up for somebody of color to take that spot, right? Showing I do it by your actions, not by your words.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Actions, but I feel like she can do other actions which don't come off as pandering. That comes off as pandering to me. Like it's not necessary. Like voice acting, like I don't think anyone. It's not one of the things people were protesting in Black Lives. We need voice actors to to only be black and nobody cares, bro. Like we're not. That's not one of the things. It's like
because you're not a voice actor, man.
She's doing what she can, though.
She's doing what she can with what she has.
She's not.
Yo, Jenny Slate, Chopping It Up podcast supports you.
Because think about it. Before this, no one knew who she was really. Like I didn't know anything about her, and now with this, it's like how many people here?
She put up
exactly. She's putting awareness, like helping the awareness out there.
Awareness.
It's gonna start a trend.
We have plenty of awareness.
No.
Like,
I think everybody
feel like
just sees it differently, man.
Opinion. I don't know.
I just think that's a little bit. I feel like Grum said. I think you just don't like the way it came off because, we all take things different ways.
I will say, like, I don't know if it's 100% pandering if you lose a check over something. You know what I mean? Like she could have kept this money and kept doing this easy, whatever.
And think about all people that,
whatever, but like,
other opportunities, other people that that may have wanted to hire her that don't feel that way, and and now like she has like less opportunities, maybe. Like you just never know. She really put her neck out there, man.
That voice actor can be the next big thing. You never know. It's a big role she's getting.
I mean, I'm sure
she might not get any other looks. You never know. Like her.
But y'all putting it just like her role. I'm talking about Hollywood in general. Like I'm using her as an example. Maybe I'm just.
But she's not Hollywood though. She can't control the whole Hollywood. She's doing what she can. Like she can't start reforms. The best thing she can do is give that job over.
I feel like that's an unnecessary reform. That's not even a reform. Like there's other ways to go back. Why do you have to give up your job? If there's another actor for that role, maybe later, like if they audition for a role and get it later down the road, maybe. But like, it's like I don't think it's necessary to give up your job. Like nobody's asking you can do other things. Like black people are not asking you to give up your jobs. Nobody's saying unless you're
exactly though. No one asked her. She
positions of power
maybe a certain way.
The thing is, not all people know what to do right now. Like this is new for a lot of people, so they're just doing what they think is right, but like they're not fully educated on what to do, and they don't know what to do. This never happened. Who's
that white girl? She was on that movie with LeBron.
Amy Schumer,
right? So Monique was on The View or whatever those talk shows are, and she was saying like her and Amy Schumer were going for both the same role, and Amy Schumer won it. And when Monique went back and said, "Why didn't I get this role?" and she was like, "I have as big of a resume as her," and they listed her a bunch of reasons, and all the reasons meant resume, and she was like, "I have a better resume than her," and right. So if Monique actually deserved that job and Amy Schumer got it, would you say it's pandering if Amy Schumer said, "No, I'm gonna quit. This is better for a black person who has better qualifications for me to get"?
Oh yeah, in that situation, okay, I understand, but nope. That's not a similar situation here. Like she's doing it voluntarily according to the movement. She's seen the movement and said, "Oh, this is my way of giving back." I understand it was genuine. I just feel like it wasn't necessary. Like that's not. I don't think black people are sensitive enough that we care that the voice actor has to be the color of the skin of the person. Like y'all.
Well, I think what we're trying to say is Jenny's doing the best of what she's doing what she can, right? Like she's not obviously gonna change the whole world, but like she's doing
the reasoning is unnecessary. The reasoning why she did it, like because
I feel like you're taking it so much as her view of us is, "Oh, they're so weak. They need me to do this big thing," and I don't get that at all.
Maybe it's genuine, but like you can have a white savior complex without like knowing it. It's called a complex, like.
What would you have her do? Like what bigger?
I'm not asking her to do anything specific. I'm saying like that was just like pandering. I'm like in my opinion, it's pandering. Like
if no one does anything specific, then like we're not getting anywhere.
All right.
No, she can do something, but like giving up your role as a voice actor just to like because you think the same color skin has to play it. That's what she's saying. That's her reasoning, bro.
That's what she thinks. That's what she thinks, though.
But do y'all think that though?
That's her job. So I mean, she can do what she
wants. You don't have to educate like what like white people about certain like that's not necessary. That's not what we're asking for. There's certain things we're asking for. Like it's not.
She's not the president of the United States. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm just saying you have to educate white people still. It's not like.
Would you be mad? Would you be mad if a white person played Martin Luther King?
She's a voice actor. No, I'm not. Of course, I'll be mad for that. Like
people know voice actors.
A voice actor playing Martin Luther King.
A voice actor. I mean, If they play the part convincingly, I don't care.
Bro.
Nope. I have a problem with that. Even in the Lion King, they had Mufasa, like a white dude play Mufasa. I got a problem with that. Nope. That's a problem for me.
I watched the interview.
Huge problem, bro. Huge problem.
James Earl Jones. I watched the interview. There was the same situation that happened 30 years ago. He explained as actors, I don't think they care. As a black actor, he was acting like we need opportunity. We're not trying to be pandered. It's like an old interview I saw, but like.
So why? So if somebody did blackface, you'd be upset.
So you think voice acting is the same as real life acting? Like.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Bro, are you?
People know voice actors.
It doesn't matter.
So the person has to match the race. What if they're playing an alien?
People.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about.
It's free for all.
Just going into things like fictional things, like.
So y'all believe that the person that plays the voice actor has to be the color skin of who he's playing?
Yeah, because you're putting that person. You're acting like that person. You're
an actor. You're acting. You're acting. You're not playing. You're not.
I don't think they have to, but in certain situations, and especially in this environment, if they feel like, hey, this is my way of, supporting like how I feel with the, message going on, that's up for it. Because I don't take it as, I personally don't take it as like the white savior complex, because I think at the end of the day, she knows she's one person, and anybody could be like, all right, well, you made your choice, bye. Like. I really don't see it as.
I'm using her example for Hollywood. Like you saw the video where all the Hollywood actors came and they were like, "Stop racism!" So you know what I'm talking about,
bro? But don't put that on her. You gotta separate those two.
I just think them. Okay, all right, we got it. Well, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Jenny Slate, Choppin It Up podcast supports you.
Come on the show.
Come on the show. We can talk.
Yeah.
Might disagree.
But like the thing is, do you think she thought she's gonna get criticized for doing that? Like
y'all
she's doing it in good intentions though.
How she feels. You can do things that are unconsciously like.
But imagine trying to do a good thing and you're getting criticized.
You're automatically assuming. You're making the assumption that she has that complex going on.
I don't think she has malintent. I'm saying it could be like she could be doing it genuinely, feeling this way. That's how she can help. I'm just saying I don't think that's a necessary step. Like I don't feel like voice actors have to give up their role if they don't play the same race. That's how I feel.
I don't think they have to, but with everything going on right now, like if this was like, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
Bro,
I don't know, that might have been like the whole Trayvon thing, but like if it wasn't like what it is right now, like I'm like, no, why the hell you quit your job? Like do your thing, like whatever, I don't care. But now it's huge.
The climate, she has to give up her job.
I think it means a lot. Yeah.
I think like I look at like Muhammad Ali, right? Someone who's given up a paycheck and a lot of money for something that they believe in. I'm not saying she's Ali, bro, but I'm saying like when you give up a bag for something you believe in, I think it's seen as more genuine. And
I don't think it has. That is the worst comparison. It had nothing to do with Ali.
I think you're
done. Like it's a smaller scale.
I think it's a better comparison than the whole Amy Schumer thing, because the only thing I got to say about that, I remember that whole thing. That was for like the Netflix stand-up thing.
You didn't say nothing earlier. Now you say so right now.
No, because we jumped right into it. I was going to interrupt, but I'm a big Monique fan. But in Hollywood, there are moments when you're hot and there are moments when you're not.
Right.
Monique was hot a long time ago. Yeah, she has a great resume. Amy Schumer could, keep on going for the next few years and still not get, her resume. But she was hot then. She was the it girl in comedy.
I was just saying if Amy Schumer dropped off because she felt like, there's somebody else better qualified than me. And that's basically what she's saying. There's somebody else better qualified at this job than me, and I shouldn't be doing it. I think you're downgrading voice acting, bro. Voice acting is
voice acting.
I really think it is huge. I'm still looking into getting into voice acting. I'm still trying.
It says here, it says regular acting.
Huh?
So could you play characters that are not non-black?
Yeah, I would do it because it's not geared toward, like say if like white people were going through something, it's like if I felt like if like the like everything was reversed.
Hispanic role?
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think I could. But if they told me like, hey, you're the best one to pull this off or whatever. Okay, I take it.
But there's a difference. He's trying to start in the game now. She's not new in the game, right? She has something to fall back on, right?
Yeah, I saw her resume.
She has something nice to fall back
right now.
But
she was on Zootropolis. Zootropolis.
I've heard of that. That's a movie, right?
That's where you're playing like animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody
I watched it. That was a dope movie, actually.
I heard it was good. I never saw it though.
Anyways, I got that switch from Redskins real quick.
What were we talking about again? Oh. You want to introduce the topic? Who's introducing the topic?
I'm bringing it up, damn it. All right, Jada, Will. How come you ain't asked me, bro? Come on.
Jada, Will.
Oh, Jada.
More weird Hollywood shit.
I mean,
said nothing.
I always do this because in the song, it's always been rumored for a while.
Yeah, it's been rumored.
And in a song, August basically admitted it, so it wasn't new to me. But
it was out there a couple years ago.
Why are people mad at Will and Jada? Like, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, man. They've always been a little, free.
I'm just saying, if they do that.
Introduce this topic. Like, what is this, guys?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The Jada, Will, and August threesome. What do you call it? A three-way love?
Open relationship. Open
triangle.
Poly.
Love triangle.
Polymorphic.
Shit show.
Will Smith know about it, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly gave
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Gave us blessing.
I just want to know if they do a red table talk. I need all three of them there.
Oh wow!
I need all three of them there.
That ain't gonna happen, bro.
The funny thing is, they did.
I don't know if the mom knew. If Jada's mom knew.
Yeah. Jada's mom.
Yeah. No, I always see that.
I thought it said Jaden's mom.
She's on the set.
What's it called?
This is August. Alcina, word for word. I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. And I truly and really, really deeply love and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it, so much to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Wow. So I think obviously what happened was he fell for Jada and Jada didn't fall for him. And now Jada is going to come on Red Table Talk and she's going to say, no, it didn't happen. He's lying.
I feel like I seen this in a movie.
He caught feelings and she didn't.
I think what happened was
Will Smith, dog. Come on.
Will Smith and Jada had an agreement with August. You know what I'm saying? And that just maybe turned to I don't know if it was only from August's side. Maybe Jada was in love with him. I think that's when it got too far. When you all like fall in love with each other and stuff. I'm like, you a whole married, I don't know maybe Will Smith had his own you know what I'm saying, type of
I'm sure he did, man. Come on.
So,
but he didn't fall for them.
The thing is that you gotta have a time limit on it though. Even if, it's whatever, it's just we're kicking it from like for this month, from then to then.
Yeah.
Boom. Like let's not even risk
There's
it.
talks of them in an open relationship for open marriage for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. For years now.
I saw a tweet that said, y'all still want that Jada and Will love? Referencing the J. Cole song.
J. Cole. I've seen that.
That's funny.
Yo, but if they don't have August Alsina on the red table, it's not fair. You gotta hash it. That's what that table's there for, right? They brought what's her name on there when she was having an affair. Yeah, you bring up all three of y'all at that table.
I'm on record.
True, but that might push him to bring out a record though. That might push him to let some secrets out in a new song, a new single, every once in a while.
Yo, if he drops,
he's already trying to make money off of that. So like,
that'd be crazy.
He fell off a while though.
He fell. I mean, this would be a perfect, comeback. I think he was dealing with mental health issues though, and she was like helping him through that. So it seemed like a very codependent, maybe relationship. I don't know. It seemed kind of weird, like a mother and son, but it wasn't. It was like, I don't know, right? It was.
Listen, there's two ways. If they don't have him on the show, then it shows that it happened, right? Right. If they have him on the show, that means they're there to tell him stop lying.
I think Jada
stop lying would be a. Go ahead.
I think Jada doesn't want him on the show because she's probably pissed off. Like he just did the most. He exposed everything.
Yeah, he exposed the whole relationship, right?
Yeah, so he caught feelings, and like he was mad. He was salty.
I know, but they're still denying it didn't happen.
Because that's like.
Yeah, they're denying it.
Because they didn't want to get criticized. It was a secret, and now he did the most, and like how they exposed.
Criticized. If you found out they're having a threesome, what would you guys think? More than what you thought right now?
You said threesome?
All right, look.
I think it's a threesome.
I don't
I don't know. I have no idea with them.
They're sharing.
They had the open relationship. They're not. We don't look at them as holy Christian people, right? So it's not like a big thing. It's like, oh, they have an open relationship.
If Will Smith was cool with it, I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't think anyone cares.
They're business, man. Like,
it's your relationship.
Okay,
they're not regular people. They don't have a regular marriage.
The way we're talking, though, we're kind of sure that this actually happened.
Yeah,
I think it did.
I think it happened.
If they don't bring him to the show, it happened, bro.
This is too
happen regardless.
Like out there, You think they're gonna go on the show? I don't think that's gonna happen.
No,
they're having a show about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're having a show about it. I'm saying they need to bring him on there. If they don't bring him on there, it happened.
Jada Pinkett Smith said on Twitter, "There's some healing that needs to happen. ... So I'm bringing myself to the red table."
Wow, that's funny.
There's some healing that needs to happen.
You can't heal by yourself, man.
You know what's funny? Like all these guys are falling for Jada Pinkett Smith, like Tupac. Now August Alsina, like what does she have? What does she have? She got that magic. That magic.
He wasn't around. He doesn't remember Jada. Have you seen it now?
I mean, she's
still looking good now. She's
glowing.
But she must have a great personality or something. Like these guys fall in love with her.
Yeah, she does have
that. It's that Baltimore personality, man.
Oh, she is from Baltimore. Yeah.
I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but I think we're all 5 single-ish guys. I'll say single-ish. I don't know everybody.
Yeah. Nah. I love you, babe.
Hey, nah. Hold on. I'm sorry. It's a perfect time. 2 things. 1, SBC, single by choice. You know what it is.
Yep.
Number two, Grum, where are you?
I'm in Philly. Independent.
Hey, West Philadelphia. Shout out Will.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're with you during this time.
But yo, go ahead, Grum. You're saying
should have had him like when he's spinning Will and the opening credits on his head.
So yeah.
So let's say we all get married, right? Mahad gives up his SBC life and gets married. Okay. He goes out
still to SBC, baby. Still SBC.
She knows she made a plan.
And we have a wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "You can have your dream girl as long as I get my dream guy."
Mm-hmm. Sound like a Black Mirror episode.
It's a deal.
I would hope that her dream guy would be me. It's my wife, right? But
you don't. Would your dream girl be her?
Nah.
Oh, you mean someone? Are you talking like a celebrity?
Like a celebrity, yeah, like a girl like you can't get.
Oh yeah. Damn, I'm not really into like polygamous relationships, so I don't know. I don't want to be into that.
You sure? Seemed like you were on Saturday or Friday.
Huh?
What is he talking about? Yo,
hey, 2 girls.
I saw exactly where this was going.
2 girls like he's quiet. 2 girls like it's Lou Will.
But yeah, go ahead. You take it over.
I'm speechless. Nahom is young, so I can understand him saying yes right away.
No, it's just like imagine being with one person for like a long time, like for one time.
This man hasn't even lived a long time yet. Yeah.
No, the thing is like.
All right, real talk. One question: you ever been in love? Real talk.
You asking me?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't love these hoes.
Yeah, you don't get it, man.
For the streets.
I mean.
All right, so.
All right, go ahead.
I was talking about. So we're talking about polygamous relations. What were we saying here?
I'm just saying, if she said you get open relationship with the who's your girl of your dreams that you don't think you can reach? I never say never. But.
Damn, that's a good question.
You got a lot of them though.
Shout out Bella Hadid.
All right, Bella Hadid walked into your room right now with your PJs on. Your wife.
You about to get.
I'm saying like if you're in marriage, if you're gonna do like if y'all gonna broach that, I feel like it shouldn't be with someone you want to have an emotional connection with. It should be just completely like physical. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what y'all doing for each other, right? Like play your part. You the side chick. You the second part. Like the wife knows about you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So like it's like just a.
By the way, I just googled Bella Hadid.
Yeah. Yeah, but shout out to the weekend, bro. But
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do what?
Open relationship, because you guys are thinking it from your end. Your wife's out there with some other guy.
I never said I was gonna do an open relationship. I'm just saying like.
Oh, I'm
with Mahad.
What happened?
He googled Bella Hadid.
This all coming from like young
shoulder shrugs,
young perspectives
of
like.
Like
they were in a 25-year relationship. I can't really judge. I mean, Will and
Jada.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, so you're talking 25 years. I don't know. Like
my friends just hit their 1-year relationship. Mahad knows them. Shout out to Barcode and Blend. And they were asking them like deep questions like, does love exist?
Dang. What did they say?
I mean, they said yes, but there's a lot of people arguing that it doesn't exist.
Oh, come on, man. That don't exist.
Love exists.
That means you've never been in love.
Is it love or infatuation is what their point was? Like
love.
Infatuation is a short period of time. It's like, man, you can only be infatuated for so long.
Yeah.
And they're saying after like 20, 30 years, you don't love a person anymore.
That's impossible.
I think you love the person, but you don't like them no more. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like you love the person. Like I feel like love is like when you like you're willing to like deal with all their like imperfections and stuff. Like you know everything wrong with them, but you still like want to be with them at the end of the day. But like you know what I'm saying, you might not like you can like you love your siblings and stuff, but like you fight with them. You might think you hate them one day, but you still always love them. You might not like them one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but siblings is blood, bro. There's a difference between blood and marriage. 50% of marriages end in divorce now.
But still, I let's be honest though. We all have, family that we're not as close to as, as we're as close with as we are with like some of the friends like
Very
that
true.
you see as, brothers. Like I'd take a bullet and I know they would, do the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it definitely does.
Yeah, for sure. Time, like spending 40 years with somebody. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it also, sheesh. Coming from a guy that's only been around for like 6.
You're a pessimist? You don't believe in love?
No, I do. I was throwing back the question at y'all that was being asked out. It was.
I do believe it exists.
It was mostly the guys that said love doesn't exist. By the way, FYI,
they just got hurt. They just got hurt by something.
Whole bunch of single guys, huh?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, they don't know about the SBC. SBC believes in love.
Bunch of guys backed up from the whole, quarantine.
Pissed
off. That's a whole bunch of rage. Fuck this shit.
Is the first rule of SBC love thyself?
Man, it is, but then also love others. You know what I'm saying? Like, be open. Be very open.
How open though?
Not an open relationship.
Pause.
Where are we going? I made a wrong turn somewhere.
Jada will open.
Man, that's their business. But
True.
it's their business. But I would never do that. I don't think so.
No, me either. I just don't understand why August Alsina just went out to the public about it.
Yeah, it's so he did the most.
He was going to win her back by doing it. True.
It's Will Smith, dog.
He's selling albums, bro. He's trying to sell some albums.
He's trying to ruin somebody else. Like,
I don't know. So you don't think he actually?
He might need a check.
You don't think he actually likes her?
He probably.
I think he did, but he knows it's not going anywhere. Like as far as it's gonna go, so you might as well cash out.
For some reason, I imagine they had a big fight the last time in the hotel, and she's like, "I love you," and she's like, "Nah, man, I don't love you." And then after that, they broke up, and then he's like, what can I do? And then he looks at his phone, and then he just tweets out some shit like that. That's how
some real crazy ex-girlfriend shit right there, man.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Insecure on HBO.
Yes, I love that
it's
show.
It's a pretty good show.
I love
it. It's written in the sense of a black female's life, right? But man, it's so funny and so good. And they did an episode on this.
Yeah.
On Jade and Will.
Have you guys seen the movie Swim Fan?
I have not seen Swim Fan.
This is just step one of it. August going to turn straight crazy. End up tying her to a chair and pushing her in a pool. Saying, you love me, I know it.
What was that Martin Lawrence movie?
Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Love Don't Cost a Thing.
No. Yeah. Thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, Thin Love. Yeah, you're right.
Thin line. I love that movie. I think that might have been his first movie.
Yeah.
Ooh. Never use that word unless you're ready for it.
Speaking of loving, you know,
in the home getting in some trouble like that, but go ahead. I don't know why. I could see it though. Am I the only one?
No, you be telling girls you love them?
Oh no, that's messed up, man. I'm not trying
to. He said no. He said the same thing. It was his rule too. Who's your boy you bring the ball to? That's Bobby Brown right there. That's his character. The one who's acting the fool, just dancing. What was the name of the club? Chocolate City. Chocolate City.
The guy said Ultra Bar.
Ultra Bar.
Yeah, it's not
Chocolate City. My bad though. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was gonna switch topics, talking about a guy who loves himself.
Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye loves Kanye more than anybody else, right?
Nobody loves Kanye like
Kanye for president.
El Presidente, maybe.
El Weezy.
He just on July 4th on Independence Day, he put out there, I am running for president. I mean, I guess he put it out there at the MTV Awards.
Oh yeah.
You know, he took the mic from somebody.
Serious, though.
Yeah, nobody took, because he was drunk.
Juice is vomiting for me.
Yeah.
I'm sick of him.
Nah, in 2 months, people are gonna forget about this. Like, I don't think he's actually running. But the thing is, actually, people are gonna vote for him as a meme, and that's gonna lose votes for Joe Biden. Because last election, 80,000 people voted for Harambe.
Yeah.
Dead gorilla.
I remember that happening. I was so mad.
So Kanye is gonna get at least 100,000 votes.
Oh yeah.
And then there was one in Charlotte or like Carolina. There was a writing candidate called D's Nuts, and people were actually voting for him too, bro. Yeah. It was, but even though he is going to take votes from
people will vote for a character. You know what I'm saying? Kanye is a character at this point. People voted for Joe Exotic. You ever watch that? Governor. He was like third place or some shit like that. Like,
it's becoming more of a.
Who would have thought?
At the end of the day, he hasn't even taken any steps really to run. But if he actually does, he'd have to be independent. And if he runs as an independent, there's 6 states that he can't even do it because it's too late. He can't enter. So he's not going to win, but he's just going to take some votes.
Look at me as vice president.
So,
Candace Owens? Can you imagine?
Oh, bro, I don't know if I'd ever go back to state if Candace Owens was like vice president. I don't think I'd ever go back.
But it's not about him. So there are states that Joe Biden's already going to win. There are states that Trump is going to win. It's the borderline state, the purple states.
Battleground.
Yeah. So if he takes votes, so like Hillary, she won the total number of votes, right? She beat Trump. It's just she didn't win the right states. So she lost like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And imagine him taking votes from Joe Biden because it's not like the people who voted for Trump are not going to vote for.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think Trump was the happiest person to see him jump into the race.
Man, they probably talked about it. This is a circus.
Who would have thought Kanye West would actually affect the 2020 election?
And I hate that our election has become a popularity contest, man. It's like it's like back in high school or middle school when you did class presidents, man.
Whoever gave out the most candy is gonna win president.
And I'm not advocating for like career politicians because that gets dangerous as well when you have people who've been on 80-year-olds who still, even though both our presidents are plus 70 or candidates are plus 70, 80-year-olds who've been in office forever. You need new blood at times, but like just to have the most popular people be your presidential candidates, I don't know.
It's a poor precedent, man. Like you had Ronald Reagan, who was in Hollywood, right? And then you had again, I don't know who else, but like Schwarzenegger is the biggest figure, California governor. Then Trump was the biggest thing. And if everyone just starts doing that, like, yo, we were just talking about Will Smith a second ago, I'd be very happy, even though he probably has no experience in this field whatsoever. Like, at this point, if it's a popularity contest, I'd rather somebody who's
LeBron.
I was gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I'll vote for LeBron.
Yeah.
I'd vote for LeBron too. Sure.
Like, he's not clutch though. He ain't clutch. So like.
See, now he's pissing me off. He's pissing me off.
He'll start.
Game
and he is, one of the most clutch players of all time. Yeah.
The most clutch players of all time. He tripped.
I don't know.
This generation gotta be told, bro. Like,
what was it, like 2 seasons ago? He had like 7 game winners in the playoff series.
2017, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny
most
how
players don't have that many in an entire career.
It's funny how I made a topic change because I said that.
Kylie Jenner 2028. I called it. Like, I want you to look back at this in 2028.
The problem is they have so many followers that they could probably, like, the Holmes generation, they grew up on the Jenners and the Kardashians.
Vote for me and buy my new makeup line also. I'm like, fuck, that's gonna be our new president.
I don't think it's gonna be a trend. I don't think so. I think after the Trump, I think people are like gonna start voting back to normal politicians.
I doubt it, man.
This is gonna be like a very like momental.
So,
election.
Donald Trump has changed the Republican Party forever. Like, how can you go back to what you were before?
I thought he was the end of the Republican Party, honestly. I thought he was going to just, like, demolish it and destroy it, yeah. But
like, it, him and the Tea Party, they've changed it. And I don't see how you can come back. Like, who are you going to put after Donald Trump? Ricky Rubio? I don't know.
I think you're right. Trump's style of politics of just being like the attacker and just being controversial, like that's gonna be the way to go from now on. It's like it's gonna be a popularity contest. Like, so
I mean, it's on us.
For Biden, I guess. That's like our only option.
Right?
Yeah. It's not the greatest option. Like,
but yeah, think about this again. Like, why on earth are the candidates so weak? Why are they so weak? Like the Democrats, if they had I feel like Bernie could have honestly won this. Like, if you just had anyone else, even some new person who's kind of unknown would have been better than Biden.
Because I feel like the Democratic Party has been maybe like complacent. Like they already have the same guys that have been running for years, and like minorities automatically vote for the Democratic Party. There's no like, what I'm saying, like no idea. Oh, I'm gonna vote Republicans. At least in the past. I mean, still now.
Bro, they're nasty. They think Biden, the person who I didn't even hear about when Obama was president. Like I forgot there was a vice president during that time. They picked him.
Who? Oh yeah.
Joe Biden.
As a person who pays taxes. I don't know if I would have been too happy to vote for Bernie. I would have voted for him if he was the option versus Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I would have been a sad vote. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to pay for everybody's free school. Sorry, Nahum and Jonathan.
Yeah, bro. You willing to pay for the military?
Huh?
You willing to pay for the military?
Definitely.
Oh, definitely. Yo. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline.
Choose my words carefully. Right? We're recording it.
Yeah. War. What's it called, man? War makes money more than free school.
War makes money for who?
For everybody.
Not for me, man.
Yo, I'll continue. I want to hear more. Educate me.
So
I'm a little backed up on backed up on some checks here. Then I'm not seeing it. So,
can I give you guys World War II an example?
Mm-hmm.
World War One. So, I guess World War One. We were going on that Great Depression, and then the war happened, right? So for it to be able to do the war, the European countries had to build a bunch of factories to build weapons and things like that. So they took away a lot of their farming and a lot of things like that. So what America became was the home of where they got all their agriculture, right? So they would come to us for agriculture. And then eventually we also started into the war. So we had to build our own weapons, right? That meant like women had to go get jobs and they boosted their economy. That's why after the World War I, you had the baby boom because everybody had more money and could afford more kids. So if it happened again, it would be more, you got to feed the troops. You got to arm the troops. So you got to build industries for that. You're not going to go to China to have them build your guns, right? So it is.
You're a proponent of war. In a nutshell, are you pro-war?
You're pro-war then?
I'm not pro-war. I'm just saying war makes money. I'm not saying that
war
you're
makes money. War does other things too. It has devastating effects on.
Right.
Bro, I think there's all of what you said can be done without war. Like if you really push for it.
To like boost the economy without. And our economy was pretty good for the last year or two before.
I don't want little.
It's only war.
And plus, the war is completely different. How it's today. Like there's no boots on the ground anymore. It's drones. It's fighter. It's like a new technology. Like
and it takes a lot of factories to build those, man.
But I don't want little Middle Eastern kids like being shot.
I agree with you. I'm not saying war is the first option.
iPhone, yay! Like,
I'm not saying war is
like
the first option. I'm not saying war is the first option. I just said war makes money, and if a lot of the times when you're a lot of like normal economy, it goes to entertainment, right? So if you're not in entertainment, you're not making a lot of money. It doesn't go to education, right? It doesn't go to the first responders, as you see. A lot of it goes to, which I hate, that it goes to entertainment. And
but what does that have to do with cutting the military? Like, we're still like spending 12 times more than the next country. Like, can you take a little bit away, maybe a couple billions, and put it towards education?
I'm speaking from self-interest. Man.
Dang.
Okay.
But war does make money. I'm just.
What do you guys make atomic bombs or something?
What y'all making?
Check Rim's search history, right?
Yo, did y'all see that?
Oh no, you can find LeBron James penis right now.
Classic.
Did y'all see the show outside from the July 4th air show?
I did not.
Nah, I heard that shit going on.
Oh my god, one of the ships looked like an alien ship. Like we all looked up, it was like thin.
Oh, the B-2 bomber.
Is it called the B-2 bomber?
Yeah.
Like there were fighter jets behind it trying to catch up. That dude was huge. I was like, is that an alien ship?
Look it up. B-2 bomber. Let me know if that's what you.
It might be.
Wait, where was it at?
For a UFO to fly through.
Where was it at, Jonathan?
It was in the sky. It was like, I don't know.
Have you guys ever seen the Blue Angels or those kind of shows?
I've seen stuff like that, before.
Yo, it's amazing. Those are pretty good. Those pilots who can do that.
Oh, yeah. By the way, yesterday
the B-2 bomber.
The Air Force One. The Air Force One drove by my house. Random.
The plane or the
helicopter, whatever, Trump's thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're close by, bro. It probably flies by all the time.
Pretty cool.
No, but the B-2 bomber is a stealth plane. It's
I'm looking at pictures of it right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how will war even be done in this era? Like, our weapons are way too advanced. Like,
I'm just gonna start a conspiracy theory right now. What if this was an excuse for them to test out a UFO that they found? They've been working on for a long time. They say, "Oh yeah, we just built this up." Conspiracy. They probably found that like 100 years ago and been working on it and say, "All right, we're gonna give this a shot."
So you say that's funny, but a lot of the drones they were working on back in the days in the 70s when people were like aliens were actually drones. They were testing out drones and things like that, and people over.
So they got technology in the tuck we don't even know about, bro.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
True facts.
Bro, they just admitted UFOs.
Yeah.
The Air Force.
Yo, imagine if they had drones like back in the 40s and 50s.
Had what?
Like drones, like that, like what Rum just said right now, like all these UFO sightings. Like I saw some unidentified flying object, but it was actually like what we have now, or like what the public knows as drones, and they just have something much more futuristic in the tuck, and they're just like, yeah.
Oh, they've definitely got stuff right now you're not gonna hear for like the next 50 years, man. I definitely believe that.
Amen.
Hey, just saying.
They got the aliens somewhere tied up.
So didn't they say, like, I saw something that said, like, there's a chance that there could be like 36 different aliens in just our galaxy alone?
What's his name? Stephen Hawking came out there and said, like, it's mathematically impossible for us to be the only people on
Just makes no
That's
sense.
if you believe. It's all about what you believe in, I guess.
They just found.
I'm not trying to be an alien.
They just found another galaxy with a red dwarf star, and it has. Rum, you're right. No one saw that.
Mahad's comment got me. I don't want to be there.
They just found 3 planets in habitable space by the sun. So they said there's a good chance there's got to be some kind of life on there.
I mean, Mars had water at one point, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and now the latest thing they said that they think they might have found a boat or something, like some kind of boat on Mars. I saw the picture. It looks like just more rocks and shit. We're trying to call it like
Noah's Ark.
Yeah, this dang Noah's Ark. But like, there's something out there.
Yeah. I think it's weird. He just leaves it at that.
Same people who took your follicles.
Yeah, same guys who took my hair follicles. They're out there somewhere, and they have my hair follicles.
I'm waiting.
I'm good.
Oh, that's what we're gonna do now.
I'm enjoying it. I don't know.
We're playing skins against hair, huh? Okay. Nah, but what would y'all do though right now? Like if tomorrow I came to one of you guys and I was like, yo, I got proof that aliens exist. I show you proof beyond a doubt that they do exist. How's that gonna change your life?
Well, what kind of aliens are they? Benign, evil?
Low key, man, they evil.
Have you seen Signs? Is it like that?
Low-key
huh?
Signs?
Nah, is it a movie?
Yeah, you haven't seen Signs? Wow. Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Great movie.
Probably not.
That would
you guys seen Signs?
Nah.
Wow.
It's an old movie, man.
It's not that old. It was like, what, like 2000 and early 2000s?
Yeah, it's old.
That's old.
It's M. Night Shyamalan, right?
Who's in it?
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan. Wow. The director.
Who's that?
Wow.
Indian director.
Yeah. It's M. Night Shyamalan.
Is he like Bollywood? Bollywood?
Wow.
Bro. I think he's playing.
The part's getting edited out.
Nah, I'm being sure. I don't know who that is.
Wow.
The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. The same guy made that movie.
No,
you know The Sixth Sense?
This dude doesn't know anything, bro.
I don't watch movies, man. I watch the Redskins, Wizards.
Still, like you have eyes and ears and been around for a while.
These are the movies I've watched. I watch only comedies, and I watched 8 Mile a couple times. Get Rich or Die Trying.
I think I heard about him before I even saw any of his movies.
Lincoln, that his generation doesn't have attention span for that.
Nah, don't save him. I'm pissed off.
I watched
I'm telling you the truth, bro. His attention span is not you personally, but you personally, your generation. Y'all's attention span is small.
It's not even about that. It's just like TV shows way better, like Netflix and TV shows that is way better.
Because they're shorter. They're 30 minutes to an hour.
It's also because there's so many shit movies now, man. That's why you gotta go looking at some of the old ones, the good ones. Like
Netflix and chill, you know.
This guy just right there, automatically. All right, I'm gonna see this movie, but as soon as it starts, I'm humping something.
On the other end, though, Lincoln, you're sounding like an old person.
Yeah.
You gotta watch these old movies.
But somebody that is such a common name, a household name.
I guess not.
The Sixth Sense.
I don't know that movie, man. I know.
I can give him a break on it. Like I think a lot of people's age don't know that movie and that director.
Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense.
Bro,
I don't know what that is. I know classic movies like Remember the Titans. I know.
You know your five senses.
That's
right?
a classic. That's a classic. A good movie. But it's not an old movie.
I know I know classic movies like. What are some 2000s movies? I know like most of them.
Never watched that movie.
Okay, too. Not just because they're made in the early 2000s doesn't make them classic movies.
I know Juice.
No, I know Juice. No, there's a quote from there you have to know. If you don't know this, we're just gonna finish this right here. All right. I see dead people.
How would he know? He didn't watch.
Thank you. No. No. If you didn't hear that.
Thank you, Jonathan. I don't know, man.
You've never heard I see dead people. You've never heard
that. I know that. Yeah, I've heard of that. I thought you were asking me what's after that.
No.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Have you? Yeah, it's from that movie.
That verse.
Oh.
All right. What excuse you got for that one now? Oh yeah, it's my favorite song. It was a 2-hour movie, jackass.
I'm just playing dumb.
I know that verse. That's a hard bar. That's a hard bar, man. The metaphors.
Yo, Drake, the greatest of all time. I told you.
I was looking back at that episode from last week about how our we did our 5 albums. Go back and look at it if you haven't. All right, people. Nahom said Drake is the best rapper, and then at the end said J. Cole is the best rapper. Man, you got to get your story straight.
No, I never. J. Cole's mixtapes are amazing.
Nah, you said, I'm telling you, bro, you said J. Cole's the best rapper.
But name a rapper who's been top. What happened?
He put his mixtape on the top 5?
No, he put it
like 6 or 7. Those are fire, bro. But like, name a rapper who's been number 1 for the past 11 years.
Or like 11 years straight.
Drake? Yeah, 12 years. Drake, exactly.
He has a crazy run, yeah. I saw this thing where it was just like best-selling musicians of any genre, and then they had like the Beatles, all these fellows, and then Michael Jackson comes up to the top and just stays there, and you see everyone else just going 2 to 10, falling off, and then finally you see Drake come in there, and he's just running it for years and years.
So. It's like a little squirrel bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, like
he had a crazy run. You're right.
I saw
it. He's still going. Bro?
Yeah, but you disrespect Drake a lot, man.
Yeah,
I do. No, actually, I listen to Drake a lot.
And you live in Canada.
I enjoy him.
But
and you live in Canada. You know how dangerous that is for you. Whisper everything else you say from now on.
He is ghostwriters. Like, it's not true. Like,
I didn't mean.
It's true. What are you talking about?
No, he.
Yeah,
no,
I think it is. Like, wasn't it like it's a fact, right? Did he?
It's a fact. It's a big fact.
It's a fact.
He writes his songs for somebody else.
Every song. We had this conversation last time. You guys are arguing the same. I didn't bring it up to bring that up. I just meant to say, Nahom, in your head, get it right. Who you think the best rapper is?
I don't want to fight you. I just want to get past you.
No, just check yourself at home.
Don't let me see you outside, sir.
That same thing, that same little scroll thing, I saw for the coronavirus, and you just see the United States start up slow and then zoom right by everybody in like a quick second. It was crazy.
We're number 1.
Oh, you said we. Oh, nice to.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, but like crazy guys. Yeah, we hit 3 topics.
Yeah, man.
First topic, we hit, what was it, Redskins?
Yeah, and Kanye.
Talked about August Alsina, Kanye.
Right.
And basically, we found out that like Nahom doesn't know much about anything past his past 2010.
Past 6 months.
That's not true. I mean,
and then we also learned that if you're a white person, don't give up your job for Jonathan.
Yeah, for Jonathan. Like, I didn't ask you to give up your job.
Somehow he just turn around and like make it.
Keep
it. Are you have a black guy?
You're being racist.
My job. I ran into this guy. I don't know. Everything happened so fast.
Giving up my job for you. Shut up.
We also learned that Grum loves war and he wants to succeed.
I didn't say I love war. I just said war makes money.
Like, what we learn about you, bro?
Nothing.
People gonna agree with me, man. I'm telling you, people gonna agree with me on that topic.
I mean, look, that's another thing. Just because people agree with you don't mean you're right, and just because they disagree with you doesn't mean you're wrong.
Just a lot of stupid people out there.
True.
So you don't look for validation from outside. You know what I mean? If you believe in yourself, right? If you believe in yourself, what was your point again? That people should just stay in their jobs no matter what, even if they find it's kind of like it goes against their morals. They should just stay there. So
look how you just look how you just touched my heart. I'm never gonna argue with my heart, bro.
He's speaking facts. What you talking about?
How wild, man.
It's low key what you said, but I kind of do get. I want to understand
what
I'm
you saying.
Said, actually, I want to. I just don't fully get it. But
I get what you're saying, but I just don't think that's
a lot of people
doesn't apply to this example. What you say?
A lot of people start down your route and end up saying we don't need affirmative action. Affirmative action is not needed. They end up going there.
Do things that are meaningful. That's what I meant.
I know.
That's pretty meaningful, though.
I know. I'm just saying a lot of people start with that and say, look, affirmative action, why do we need it as black people? That we don't need the white people's help, kind of thing.
Everyone's got to do their part, whether it's like a small thing or a big thing. Right now, actually, that's what I was thinking about. Who's this guy who does what was it called? Like clothing brand or designer, Kanye.
Oh, Virgil,
yeah, Virgil Abloh, whatever the heck his name is, right? What's his company?
Off-White.
Off-White. All right.
Why didn't you call it black?
It's Off-White. So I think he like donated to like some kind of cause, the Black Lives Matter cause. I think was it $50 or $500?
It was $40. It was $40.
That's crazy. But if he was doing it in a sense to say like, hey, it doesn't matter how little or how much you provide, do it. And then he did on the side, like I don't know if this is true, but on the side he just like, put a good chunk of change, which hopefully he did. Like buying his shoes or buying whatever he has is expensive as hell. That's all he paid. Just one pair of shoes was way more than that.
Why did he get $40?
The thing is, no, he got challenged by somebody to match it. So he matched it, and he posted that to challenge other people. But he also did side donations. Mm-hmm. And people were on his ass for that. Like,
why did he do $40?
No, because he was matching somebody else.
Oh.
And he posted on IG. But, like, people were so mad at him for that. He's low-key problematic. I'm saying he does, but.
Mm-hmm. Everyone should do their part. Do your part.
Yeah,
everyone do your part.
Isn't that like a nursery rhyme?
Clean up, everybody do your share. Clean up, everybody.
He's getting the whole song with it. All right. We'll wrap it up on that note.
All right.
We got a lot out. That's good, though. We got a lot of different opinions. So
one more thing before we wrap it up, right? When you go vote, do your research before you vote. Don't vote for popularity, man.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and feel free to comment on your opinions as well on any which way you're swaying, or if you have your own 2 cents you want to talk about. Let us know.
All right.
Absolutely. You all have a good night. See you next time.
Peace and love.